Welcome to Catching Up with Game of Thrones. I'm the guy that hasn't watched Game of Thrones at all, and Tony is the guy, you watched all of them.
Yep.
How many times have you watched the whole series?
I probably watched the whole series like maybe 2 times,
Really?
and then
Yeah, so you know it
halfway
really well.
through another. Yeah, so I've watched it a bunch.
So the reason we're doing this video is because I'm like many people catching up with Game of Thrones. I finally got HBO.
Okay.
So we're watching it, my wife and I are watching it, and I'm starting to get the whole Game of Thrones idea of what the show's about.
Yeah.
And I came in today, and the reason we had this is that, spoiler alert, this is right now, I'm on season 1 episode, I think I just finished episode 9, not sure, please don't ruin anything for me.
Yeah, probably, yeah. It's the second to last episode of the first season. Yeah.
So this is where Ned Stark is in the caves and the tunnels, right?
Yeah.
You know, because King Joffrey's this little jerk face. I hate him.
Yes, he is a little jerk face.
I hate that kid.
Yes.
He has had Ned in the dungeon. And starting the episode, I said to my wife, if Ned Stark dies in this episode, I'm done with the show.
You're done with it.
I'm done with it. Sean Bean's like the only guy I know in the show.
Right. Now, he's the reason why I started watching Game of Thrones, because it gave it some cred, because I love Lord of the Rings, and he was in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, like, it's got to be good, right?
And so he gave it some cred. So, yeah, he was the reason I started watching the show. So I was kind of with you. Yeah, go ahead. Continue.
Spoiler alert, he dies.
Yeah, he gets
what the F?
He gets his head just chopped off.
And it was like really, like, his daughters were there watching it, and
yeah, it's a moment.
And I think
it's a moment for sure.
What's her? You're gonna help me names. The Queen, Joffrey's mom,
Cersei.
Yeah, incest girl, whatever.
Yeah, with Jamie. Yeah, the
Lannisters.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that the first time either. But when they're in the tower, you know, doing their thing.
Yeah.
Woof. Anyway,
another spoiler alert.
Well, that was the first episode. Yeah. So she's like telling him not to, right? Like telling Joffrey, stop, don't wait, don't behead him, kind of.
Yeah, I think she's telling him not to, but I think also, you know, if it happens, it happens. You know, I don't know.
So that's where I'm at.
That she's super set on the fact that it's not going to happen.
So here's where I'm at with Game of Thrones. Here's what I'm excited about, and this is fun because you can look back to see where I'm at with all of it.
Right.
We finally saw White Walker that episode, or was the episode before it broke into the wall?
Yeah, they've been in and out.
Yeah, well, we saw them at the beginning, but this is like where they're coming through the wall type
right.
thing, right?
Yeah.
And then Jon Snow gets the sword of what's nuts.
The sword of
Amelon, the family sword from the commander of the post. What's his name?
Yes.
The old dude.
Mormont, right? It's Jorah's
a lot of names to keep track of. Very difficult with the name keeping track of stuff.
Yes. But yeah, Bear Claw, I think, was the name of the sword.
Yes.
Yeah. And he changed from the bear to the wolf.
Yeah. So now Jon Snow was like being his, you know. Oh. Okay. So now Jon Snow's got to be a big deal, right?
Jon Snow, yeah, I mean, you could say he's a big deal, yeah.
Okay, so I'm watching the season finale, I think is the next episode.
Yep.
For season 1. So, is the Khal Drogo gonna die? I don't answer that, but he's got that festering wound and the horse slaying thing, which, like, what's up with that? What's up with all the penises? A lot of penis.
I am not going to comment on that.
Does that go away eventually?
No.
I mean, there's a lot of other women.
Let me tell you, it jumps the shark at this moment, and fans will get this.
Oh.
Okay, that's all I'm going to say. Okay, after that, it just kind of jumps the shark, and I don't think you see it much anymore. I'll tell you this: the nudity and the sex becomes less and less as the series progresses.
It's a little uncomfortable at times.
It is. But it does get less and less as the series goes on, and the series turns from, you know, that to something you can't even really imagine.
I was watching and catching up. My mom came in she was dropping the kids off, and I was watching the show, and it happened to be the scene was on the TV where it's like Littlefinger is telling the prostitutes how to do their thing.
Oh, yeah, it's a good scene. Good scene.
And my mom walks in, and I'm like,
uncomfortable.
I'm like, So,
a little uncomfortable, yeah.
Anyway, we'll see what happens. So here's my prediction, season finale. The North is going to go to war, right? Starks, right? They're going to find out, and things are going to blow up. Khal Drogo's going to live.
Okay.
Somehow.
Okay.
Or if he doesn't, then she's dead.
Okay.
We can't lose everybody in the first season, right?
No. No. It's hard for me to confirm things because there's a lot. Well, there's two pretty big things that happened in the last episode. One really, really big thing So yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to talk about it, but you should really. By the end of the next episode, you'll be doing the Ken Hayes. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Okay, well, we'll check it out then, and we'll do a recap maybe in the next big.
Sure. No, I'm excited that you're watching the show. It is a lot of fun, and
it's like you guys get to relive it through me and the excitement.
Yeah, no, it's true because it's fun to talk about because you're like, because I'm trying to think of like what's coming up for you. Everything's coming up for you, but like the next episode, you'll really enjoy.
All right, I gotta stay up late again tonight and watch it.
It's good.
All right, well, that's been Catching Up with Game of Thrones.